Hello everyone, and welcome to another installment of the Madison College Take 10 series. I'm your host, Mike Baldwin, Account Manager with the Madison College Business and Industry Services team. As many of you are aware, the Madison College School of Professional and Continuing Education provides customized incumbent workforce training and educational resources. The school has developed a series of short 10-minute learning sessions on a variety of subject areas targeted towards business leaders, managers, employees, and individual contributors. These sessions are designed to provide a high-level overview of the most important aspects of a variety of both strategic and tactical business subjects. We do pack an abundance of information into our sessions in hopes that you will expand upon the conversation and seek out additional information and resources to address the details that apply to your specific organization and to your specific professional needs. As with everything else that we touch upon in our Take 10 segments, the materials that we speak to here are truly a catalyst to a more extensive conversation at your organization, and you will need to scale and apply as appropriate to the operations of your respective work environments. Let's take 10, how about? So today's session is all about crisis communication and what that means to you and your organization. Undoubtedly, all of you have your own definition of what a crisis actually is and how we act or react to a situation that might be defined as a crisis. I want to share with you some of the common insight, interpretations, and impacts that are present in our workplace and society in general as it relates to communication during times of crisis. Approaches are similar yet different, but the basic strategy should follow some basic common practices. So think about this. But before we dive into the who, what, where, when, why, and how of crisis communication, it pays to look at how an organization defines crises in the context of its brand, product, and people. As bad things too often happen to good, well-intentioned people and companies, how the organization defines what it considers to be problematic, critical, life-altering, can and will vary. Overall, you should assess any given event on two general scales, if you will: impact to the business and the severity of the event, as what may be catastrophic to one group may be a temporary setback for another, and may actually even be an opportunity for others. It all depends. So if we were to categorize the overall types of events that make up a crisis, we will find that the scenarios are really quite broad and far-reaching. Each of these events will drive your crisis communication activities based upon their impact to the organization and operations and the severity to which it causes harm to your ability to carry on and recover from any given event. One of the larger types of crises often falls into the category of natural events, or those that are considered a natural phenomenon. The weather is a perfect example. There's rarely a day goes by that we don't hear about inclement weather, be it in the form of heavy rain, high winds, tornadic activity, a drought, or even hurricanes. Consider a financial crisis. The investment and finance world, bank stability, currency values, trade imbalance, state, local, federal financial status, even down to how soluble your own organization is as far as finances. Because sometimes making payroll can cause a severe hardship within an organization, yet it can be managed and resolved to a favorable outcome. The list goes on. So consider the impacts of past and present energy crises, fallout from alternative fuel formats, internal organizational unrest, intentional malice by a competitor, confrontations, and the ever-increasing violence in the workplace. How your organization addresses any of these crisis situations can and will make or break the continued existence of your institution. So given any of these or other events, Crisis communication starts with a determination of the problem. And for this conversation, problem means crisis. You need to assess and determine, is there an imminent threat? Something going on that you should take notice of and prepare for perhaps a not so positive impact to your day. Is the problem catching you by surprise? As in, you may not have penciled it into your daily calendar of things to take care of today. And is this event something that's going to impact normal processes and interactions of the business, be it today, tomorrow, or into the foreseeable future? You and your organization should have or should create a specific strategy or plan to administrate how you're going to address any given crisis. While it should define and guide all activities and tasks in your management of communication, fundamentally, it should focus upon the overall response of the organization, how you will communicate with stakeholders, how you will manage the integrity of information, and how you will interface with those key stakeholders who need to have information when they need it and how they need it. So definition and guidelines are an absolute must when it comes to time of crisis, because you won't have time if the crisis is already upon you. Inside your crisis communication plan, you will want to define its purpose and who it's designed to serve. A clear determination of accountability for certain aspects of the management of the crisis should be defined. Distribution lists, facts about the crisis, and different tasks for certain types of crisis must all be defined and delineated. Preparation for the most common questions should be complete and defined, along with how the organization will manage the various mediums within social media arena. Key to the plan is the identification of potential risks that the organization may encounter, along with any benefits that may actually be realized as a result of the crisis itself. With even the most detailed planning, the true value of a crisis communication plan is found in the tangible, effective execution of that plan. From checklists and protocols, messaging templates, and the validation of facts, to holding everyone accountable for their assigned roles in the management of the crisis, everyone is in it together. Above all, how your team manages themselves, staying calm, keeping your composure, being compassionate, and being human will greatly dictate the outcome of the crisis and how you are collectively remembered for your ability to lead under pressure. Because once the actual crisis event has passed, it's imperative that your team take time to evaluate the overall response to a crisis. Think lessons learned. Look back to how and why the crisis happened in the first place, and then analyze how you and the organization handled it. Really think, when push comes to shove, how did you deliver on the communication plan and your management of it? Take some time to tear apart your communication plan. Be critical of decisions made or not made, and look to the value and effectiveness of every task, activity, and action within your plan. As truly, there's no need to repeat history if the outcome was overall unfavorable and ineffective. So if you manage and execute your crisis communication plan effectively, here's what you can expect. The world around you will have a front row seat in getting to know all about you and your organization. They will observe, make judgments, and they will take note. People will keep tabs on you and listen, read, and write about where you are now and how you are recovering. They will look back at the good, the bad, and the ugly of your response. Fame and misfortune may allow you to be seen on an entirely new level. You should leverage this time to position yourself as a caring, responsible entity that has weathered a storm, and consider yourself as a role model. With this exposure comes an opportunity to brand and or rebrand your identity as an organization. Seize the opportunity to market yourself in a positive light. Focus on product, yet emphasize people. And if you made the evening news or had a press conference, your audience has expanded exponentially. Remember, be steadfast yet humble, confident yet compassionate, professional yet human, and let everyone know that you are now even better than you were before the crisis. Do all of these things well, because people will not forget how you treated them in a time of crisis, how you took care of their needs, how you made them feel, and how you communicated to them on what was important for their well-being. Keep those conversations going. So there you have it, a 36,000-foot view of crisis communications. I hope that you were able to relate to many of the practices and ideas that we brought forward and recognized a few opportunities where you can take the next steps in building and applying your crisis communication strategy. If you would like more information on this or any other topics in the areas of organizational, professional, and or personal development and training, please reach out to our corporate training division at our website listed below. Use the Contact Us link within our site to connect with one of our account managers, and we would be happy to discuss your specific needs. I hope that you have enjoyed the 10 minutes that you just spent with Madison College. Please check back with us weekly for more sessions within the Take 10 series are forthcoming. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.